Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We're back again. And I know you weren't expecting to see my face. I wasn't expecting to be showing it, but it's going to be a fun night here on the channel. We got Impact Wrestling. We got lots to talk about. Bound for Glory, we're heading towards, but we got lots of wrestling news, lots of rumors out there, lots to talk about, folks. So grab your snacks. Grab your feel good, put a smile on your face, strap in, strap on. Let's go. Ding, 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 folks. We are live. We are live and back at it again. As I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are your alternative commentary to all the wrestling. We are here all week long, almost every single week. We do not stop. We watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there, plus all our news breaks, our shorts, all that fun stuff. Go check out all our social media and our links below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. I hope everyone out there is doing well. We are going to watch Impact Wrestling tonight. I will remind everyone out there, we're watching it on YouTube. So we start delayed, no commercials. We get in and out a little bit quicker. So we'll have a little bit of a pre-show. No spoilers to anybody out there. But thank you. I see the chat filling up already. Get in there, say hello. Make sure you hit all the applicable buttons. But I will remind everyone out there, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Shout out to Luna Havoc, who couldn't make it here tonight. Ringsider Anthony should be joining me momentarily, and Big Nick is resting, got his feet up, getting ready for the weekend. So, lots to get into, lots to talk about. A lot of buzz today, coming off Dynamite last night, the big Adam Copeland debut, the big F-bomb heard around the world. Lots to talk about in that regard. Plus, a lot of people are talking about ratings today. Very interesting. But it has been announced for Impact, Bound for Glory. It's going to be Josh Alexander taking on Will Ospreay. That's exciting news. They're starting to put out other potential matches. Some announcements coming that way for Bound for Glory. Real quick, tonight on Impact, we're getting a fans' revenge strap match. ABC versus John Skyler and to be determined. Josh Alexander is going to take on Big Con. Call your shot, stakes on the line. Eric Young, Jordan Grace, Jake Something, Dirty Dango, and Champagne Singh versus Bully Ray, Jody Threat, Kylan King, Shira, and Brian Myers. We also get Tasha Steelz versus Killer Kelly, Moose versus Bhupinder Gujjar. So that's our night tonight. We're going to talk a lot about it. Folks, I will say hello to the chat real quick. Steve G's in the house. How you doing? How you doing? It's either this week or next week. Impact is working with WM. I think that might be next week. PCO and Tommy Jr. are taking on the Posse in a hardcore match. Nice, nice, nice. Memphis Wrestling. You know what, Steve? It's all about timing, scheduling, and availability. If we can swing one, we watch as much wrestling as we can, man. If we can swing it, maybe we will. Absolutely. We've done it before. We'll do it again. There you go, Nick. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Daniel Pierce is back in the house. Brandon is back in the house as well. Alexis, good to see you. How you doing? How you doing? What's up, AJ? Well, I'm just going to call you AJ, all right? It's a lot easier. Trey's back. Oh, good to see you. The Dark Lord. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, we got lots of people kicking around. See, Money's back. Richard Martinez, our current predictions champion. How you doing tonight? Hey, KJ, did you see the report that AEW lost to NXT this week? They had 800K views, while NXT had 857. It is very intriguing. There's a lot of hurt feelings out there right now. There's a lot of banter. A lot of people are upset. Like I said last night on this stream, guys, I'm almost embraced the tribalism. Like I've stopped trying to figure everybody out. I'm letting it happen. I'm enjoying watching the carnage that is the tribalism. And yeah, this didn't help it at all. I mean, we're going into the Super Tuesday where basically both cards are going to be stacked. We're going to get John Cena, Paul Heyman, Asuka. Who else is going to be on NXT that night? Like it is, I feel like I'm missing somebody, but it is stacked. And then AEW announces last night, their lineup. And again, it is a solid lineup. Like if next Tuesday's lineup was just kind of one of the pay-per-views, it probably would have been a better pay-per-view, less matches, but they're trying to aim for quality. Even though I don't love a couple of the matches, overall, I think we're kind of in the right area. But yeah, I think to me, this kind of speaks to what's happening right now. And I know there's been a lot of talk about potentially having NXT end up back on Wednesdays. I know everybody's going to be watching the numbers. I know they say take the numbers with a grain of salt. For me, it's a good measure of what the expectation is on that medium. Yeah, it doesn't account for streaming and online and blah, 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 blah. But you know how many people generally week to week are using that avenue to consume their wrestling. For me, it's a very interesting number because if you're going to stack up next week, and I know some people out there were like, oh man, this is like a AEW pay-per-view. No way. But I mean, John Moxley and John Cena are not the same thing. So as far as numbers go, next week should be extremely interesting. I hope both companies hit 1 million. 1 million each. Let's be greedy. Everybody tunes in. Let's go. Us personally, we will be watching both shows to see how that plays out. But yeah, I mean, it's what WWE's been working for. They've been getting closer and closer. And I've been saying it for a long time. Dynamite should be chipping closer and closer and closer to Raw. They should be getting in that avenue. Their numbers should be growing. At this point, we're heading into the 5 years of AEW. We should really get a nice progression on that core audience. We know that wrestling fans are out there. They're just not watching on Wednesdays and Saturdays as much as they're watching on Mondays and Fridays and now Tuesdays. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk a lot more about this. It's very interesting times, but I love it. I love the war. I love the tit for tat. I like the battle, guys. It's fun. It's good for wrestling fans. Daniel Price, welcome back. 2 questions. Why am I getting an ad for a pickup truck? I have no idea. Holy hell, is said pickup truck 50 grand? I don't know, and I don't know. Antelope Valley, California, Steve G. Well, welcome from all the way over there. We are Pro Wrestling. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Guys, just a little bit of advice here. Go check out We Are Pro Wrestling. But also, big thank you. We Are Pro Wrestling bought one of the Luna Mania t-shirts. So big shout out and thank you for the support. Be like Pro Wrestling here and go get yourself a t-shirt. Damien, how you doing? Hoof-hearted. I gave you that one, money. I knew it was there, but I gave it to you. Savannah cheated. AJ, I hope that is not going to be a spoiler. I was about the Dynamite ratings. It was 800K, and I thought it would hit 1 million. Now, I don't know. I haven't seen the breakdown of it at all, Bash. So I don't know if in there is some, if they had higher segments. I don't know what the drop-off was. I really want to see if there was a big sag in the middle. Once people realized you weren't getting Edge to the end, did a bunch of people tune out and come back at the end? Or did it decline? Did Edge being there in the main event have an uptick? And I mean this in all kindness, with all due respect, just looking at facts and figures. Even on this channel, the lowest rated Friday in quite a while was Edge's 25th anniversary, which tells me, again, what the WWE had established of you're a special attraction. We love you. You're a great guy. You've had an amazing career. You're a Hall of Famer. But at 49, maybe he's not moving the needle as much as people hope. He's still a great addition. It doesn't change the segment we got. It doesn't change the fact that Edge is going to help that company if they listen to him and work with them properly. But it is very interesting that, it was the idea of he's a savior. I mean, we all remember when Punk came back. Rampage does 1.1. It's pretty interesting. That one's for Richard. Dark Lord says, hello, how you doing? Steve, this week NXT, yeah, everybody talking about it. So it's very interesting. And I know we say don't talk about it much, but again, remember, it was like guys like Jericho who were the demo god that kind of really started this ratings talk. And I'm truly convinced the big part of what's happening on Tuesday is due to the fact that Triple H doesn't want to answer any more questions of, well, Impact, AEW, sorry, I'm looking at the Impact logo. AEW won that Wednesday Night Wars, and Triple H was like, big deal. They beat our developmental. But now I don't think he wants to go down that road again. He's like, we'll show you. We'll remind you who we are. So both companies are flexing. I love it. We're spoiled as wrestling fans. I expect Fastlane to be good. I know they haven't announced a lot of matches yet, but quality over quantity. And if they give us good matches, it's going to turn out well. Plus, we're going to get a last man standing match. Could take a hot minute. So I'm expecting that to be good. Raw should be good, and there'll be a lot, I think, of talk about Tuesday on Monday, and then we go into Monday. And then we go into Tuesday, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. And like I said, we're going to be watching both shows, myself and Big Nick, 2 screens, 2 hosts, 1 street. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we're going to load it up. It's going to be a fun one. Damien, are you going to stream the women's tournament and Revolver Redemption this Sunday? That's a solid maybe, Damien. It's a holiday in our neck of the woods, and I believe Sunday night, Ringsider Anthony and our friend Luna Havoc will be doing a Monster Balls compilation and such. So yeah, we're probably going to forego that one this time, but c'est la vie. A lot of hurt feelings out there. Oh my God. CJ, welcome back. But the hurt feelings are hilarious. Like, that's what I think. It's gotten so ridiculous especially on the internet. It is so just dumb at this point. And both sides are guilty of being stupid. Both sides are completely guilty of ignoring certain details and facts about the ongoing situation. And it's hilarious to me. I can't help but love it. And again, when I think one side gets vocal, you almost want to see them just kind of eat their own words. So whether it goes, I don't care, WWE, AEW, I don't care. We watch all the wrestling because we're fans of wrestling. We find the good in most of it. I know a couple people last night were like, oh, you just hate AEW. It's not true. When AEW was on fire, we were here every week. People came into the channel accusing us of hating WWE. The minute we kind of start pointing out some obvious flaws, like, a segment with no audio, seeing the guy say take 22, that kind of shit. The botches and the misbooking and the opportunities. We're not hating. We're being as honest as we can be. And a lot of people getting like, you think they worked for the company? Bash, I thought it would be by more. The AEW show I thought was bad. Steve, I know you directed that at Bash, but I think the show, and some people, even on this channel, a lot of people, I think we only had a few dozen votes, but it was like a lot of people said that show was a 10 out of 10. And again, I said it before, it's like watching, it's like reading a Robert Munch book and thinking he's a novelist. Like he's he tells little stories, he tells short stories. We know what he offers. And that's kind of what it equates to me. Like when the people are trying to convince me that it's great booking and great storytelling, like, I don't know. I know me and Nick debated it a little bit, but I want you to pull me along with this masked character thing. I want to know what it is. I'm interested in it. When it doesn't really have a presence on the show outside of some peripheral talk, I get a little, I don't know how I feel about that. But ultimately, I think that there's opportunity there. I think Edge will help the company automatically, but it all depends. Time will tell. But as far as in the press, in the media, looking at everyone posting about that gap, that the NXT having better ratings than Dynamite on the first night of your brand new era, it's crazy. And I think they made little mistakes and I haven't been able to confirm this with the numbers yet. But when I look at the numbers, I think they're going to tell that story. But I think they should have opened the show with "You Think You Know Me." Even if you had a planned segment or a planned confrontation for Edge and Christian at the end of the night, Edge could have spoke to it in the beginning of the show. Instead, we get Jericho on the screen. The first thing we see, Jericho, Kenny. I thought Kenny's line about "you had me on the edge of my seat," that was cute. But again, I felt like it was a bad decision. It felt like another example of Jericho being like, "Hey, I know we had this big moment, but I'm going to start the show and remind everybody that I'm still a star here." Like, it just feels like watching a man go through a midlife crisis, a man that's uncomfortable in his own skin, a man that just driven by his own ego at times. And again, if you open that show with "You Think You Know Me," do you hook some people early that stick around? Maybe, but we'll have to wait and see. But to your point, Bash, we'll have to wait and see. Cena versus Roman at Crown Jewel. I know this was leaked out, but I don't know who leaked it. I thought maybe the original source might be the Observer, so I'm not sure about it, but it does make sense. Like, you get this tag team match. Let's say they're successful. Roman comes back on Friday, as he's scheduled to do so next Friday. We get Roman comes back. He's mad at the Bloodline for losing. Cena gets in his face, and here we go. We're heading to Crown Jewel. Cena versus Roman in 2023 will sell tickets. I know Crown Jewel is a different situation altogether, but it's going to make they love that inflated card when they go over to Saudi or they go to India or a lot of the markets they don't go to very often. They really like to blow up that card. Cena, and it's all about like name value and shit. So yeah, could Cena and Roman make sense? It could. Does Roman beat Cena? Probably. I can't imagine he wouldn't. And then we'll see where it goes. I mean, technically, it could end up being another type of tag match or something, but I hope not. Cena versus Roman, straight up, one-on-one. It's all good for me. I don't think AEW will ever catch up to Raw or SmackDown. Bash, I know it feels like maybe they won't. What I think for me, I know that AEW has done over 1 million at times. I know they've had segments that have done over 1 million at times. I know consistently, even if they're having a night where they're over 1 million, they'll lose a lot of that by the time they get to the end of the show. I don't think people are tuning in to watch the Bucks. I don't think people are tuning in to watch the litany of Jericho segments. I could be wrong, but I just don't feel it right now. And I just feel like I know they can get up to 1 million or close. I also know Raw's had some rough nights where they're down to like 1.3. That gap gets really small at times if AEW is on a full clip. I think what concerns me, to your point, is that if Tony really does believe that like this is the best AEW's ever been, they're on the hottest run they've ever been on, but the numbers and everything are saying the opposite, then that's a concern, because then maybe they won't gain on Raw or SmackDown, or maybe they will be completely overtaken by NXT, because there isn't that progression, there isn't that desire to do better. Daniel will be beating Raw within 4 to 6 months. Chris Jericho, that comment aged so badly. Yeah, didn't go so well. Didn't go so well. And again, I think they had an opportunity at one point, especially when they were super hot and you were getting like the Coles and the Bryan, and you were getting all these signings and you were newsworthy and you're noteworthy. I think they really had an opportunity to put their foot on the gas pedal a little. And again, I do think a lot of it was booking mistakes and internal politics really affecting this company. What do we got? Howdy, Smile Mark. How you doing? Damage Control versus Asuka and Charlotte. Flair just got added to SmackDown tomorrow night, and Ray versus Bobby Lashley. I did notice that. Question to everyone out there: do you guys think they're going to add any more matches to Fastlane? KJ, it was on BTI. What was on BTI, Alexis? Context is king. Let me see. I'm going to refresh this. We're about 10 minutes away from the start of the show. So here we go. Should be a fun one tonight. I haven't watched an Impact in a couple weeks. But yes, we're 100%. We're getting, I'm excited. We're heading towards Bound for Glory. It should be a fun one. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Speaking of a fun one, you no longer have to listen to me ramble by myself, as the one and only Mr. Anthony in the house.
What's up, y'all? What is up? How y'all doing tonight?
Not too bad. Coming off the bench for our girl Luna, so you're gonna have to tolerate me for a couple hours this week.
Yeah, I got that message from Luna about 6 o'clock. She was like, "I can't do it with you tonight." I'm like, "Oh, well, as long as I got someone, I should be okay."
Right? You sending me out there on my own? But yeah, we're about 10 minutes away from the show, Anthony. Of course, you are a huge advocate of Impact Wrestling. How you feeling about tonight?
Well, I haven't had the opportunity to see what actually is going on tonight, other than I think it's Tasha Steelz versus is it Giselle Shaw? I might be wrong though.
No, she's taking on Killer Kelly.
Killer Kelly. Okay, yeah.
And then
That's literally the only thing I've had time to see today.
we're gonna get Josh Alexander against Big Con.
Okay. Oh, okay. I remember Luna and I talking about that last weekend. We said we didn't really care too much for Khan. But
Yeah.
this might be interesting tonight. This might be a little bit interesting tonight.
Yeah, definitely a nice guy. But in the ring and such, I mean, I think he plays that role, that background role pretty well, the big heavy.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, as we rifle through the chat, keep it coming, folks. Get in there. Let us know what you're thinking about. Resident Evil saying what's up. Steve G giving some love to Perazzo. There you go. Chris saying hello.
What's up, Chris? What's up?
Big Nick. KJ, big fan, first time caller, long time listener. Did the consistent technical issues with AEW lead people to tune out? Did you watch Dynamite last night?
I did watch Dynamite last night. I didn't. Apparently there was some technical issues with some segment with Roderick Strong. Now I didn't see that segment until it re-aired, so I don't know what happened with the technical difficulties. But I know the past couple of weeks they've struggled, especially with audio. At least on my side, I've seen audio and visual. Like sometimes it'd just go black. Like at one point last night, I had to, because I watch on the TBS app. So I had to shut down the whole Apple TV and reload it to get TBS to show Dynamite, because they went on commercial, and when it came back, all I heard was the voices.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know they've been struggling over the past couple of weeks. They struggled worse than WWE, because I know SmackDown, either it was last week or the week before, they had those 5 blackouts like at the very end. But I really feel like that was on Fox's end. Look at me trying to be a hero for WWE, not blaming them. But yeah, I don't know what's been going on with TBS. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it was a little funny. That vignette was a little over the top. So without the audio, it came off kind of creepy and weird a little bit. Like, petting the giraffe with no sound. And some people, including myself, was like, when they put the sound back in, it was so over the top and campy. It almost made it worse. We were like, go back to no audio. But it was like they accidentally pumped they were pumping the sound from the arena, and you could kind of hear an echoey, quiet sound, but you couldn't catch most of it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on for a company that's been around 4 years, and I'm throwing a little shade here. Like, you should have better audio and visual. I'm just saying, like, you're $1 billion company from what we're hearing. So you should have up-to-date technology where your stream is not going in and out. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's what we were talking about right before you got here, is just, a lot of buzz today about the fact that NXT's TV numbers, I know we give them a little bit of salt for that, but it's funny because it's a bullet for one side of the war to the other.
It really is. And next Tuesday, like I'm a little excited for next Tuesday,
right?
Because I'm gonna try my best to get back into NXT, and I've been kind of watching consistently, but the stats show that NXT has next week. Like, I was even shocked when they said John Cena and Cody Rhodes, and at one point I thought they were gonna say Roman Reigns, and then Asuka, and I'm like, okay, y'all are making this big. And at that point, I didn't even know like what is happening next Tuesday. So I had to ask the Twitterverse. I'm like, what is happening next Tuesday that all of these big stars are showing up on NXT? And then I was told that AEW is airing next Tuesday. And so to see like how AEW tried to come back and announce their card next week, I'm like, I'm not even interested other than to see Edge or Adam Copeland. So, but I'm gonna be watching both because I'm a dedicated pro wrestling fan.
Right. And yeah, we'll be watching both as well. I mean, it makes me laugh. And I mean, seeing some of the the tribalism and the battling. It's been fun for me lately. I gave
mean,
up.
the tribalism has been insane. So
Yeah.
I decided to like play on the tribalism a little bit on
Yes.
TikTok. I know you're not on TikTok, but I basically posted a video with the headline that says Edge is a traitor. And so in the first part of the video, I said Edge is a traitor, and I'm going to explain why. And then in the next part, I said Edge is a traitor for leaving WWE to AEW while I was asleep. And when I tell you that the comments I got because they didn't watch the full video was like, "You're just crying. You're a crybaby. You're a big crybaby." I'm like, "Yeah, you just got food because you didn't watch the rest of the video."
That's absolutely amazing. And that's kind of what it is. It's just like, and you're like, why are you so mad? Like, like if we didn't like the same chocolate bar or car or movie, would you have that same much hatred for me? Like, you don't love Star Wars? Die. Relax.
Yeah, relax. Just calm down a little bit. Just calm down. I even have a friend, which was hilarious. He was like, "I'm removing Christian Edge and Chris Jericho from his top 10 of all-time favorite wrestlers." And I'm like, "Is it that serious?"
You're done. You're done. I mean, I got no problem with what Edge is doing. And again, it's a little bit unfortunate, and for a company that has put out a lot of press and comments about like, look at our rating numbers and how good they are. Now that they're not great, people are like, why do you even pay attention to that shit? You're like, you made me pay attention to it.
Exactly. And I actually meant to. I was so busy today, but I at least screenshotted it. I wanted to send to our group chat. There was a Dave Meltzer tweet. I don't know if anyone saw it. It was a Dave Meltzer tweet about the attendance record at All In.
Yeah.
And then Tony Khan responded to it, and I'm like, dude, you need to be running your company and not responding to Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, say less. Stop paying attention, man. You got to turn that shit off. You're letting it dictate your wrestling company too much. And again, it's Dave Meltzer. I was surprised though. Like, is Meltzer trying to, gain some thumbs up? Oh, he's not so biased. He said something. I don't know what he's up to.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what Tony Khan was getting there trying to respond to Mr. Dave Meltzer, but that was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, like again, we said it before. We've seen Jericho. We recently saw the Young Bucks take time to respond to a fan on Instagram of like, how dare you feel the way you do? And it's like, guys, that's crazy. Like, if I'm chirping LeBron James or Sidney Crosby, or you pick the person, it's highly unlikely that person's going to stop what they're doing. Yeah, well, KJ 101, go fuck yourself. You're an idiot. I can't believe you think that way.
Exactly. I said before, I think in the comments of one of y'all streams, I was like, Tony Khan needs to have a mouthpiece. He needs somebody to talk for him.
He does.
He doesn't need to do the talking.
Yeah, I mean, he had William Regal. I really think he should have used Regal more in that role. Like, just speak for me. Go do it. Well, they'll listen to you.
Right.
Steve G says, are you sure the AEW ratings isn't because of matches, storyline, signing that AEW is doing? This coming from a former AEW diehard. Isn't because of the matches. You mean a low rating because they're not booking well, not giving us great storylines, and the signings are meh? Like, I'm not sure, Steve. You might have to stretch that out a little. But yeah, they have a direct impact and a responsibility to their own numbers. They got to make people tune in. They did on Tuesday.
And I just don't think they have compelling storylines. Like, you don't really see, and I might be wrong, you don't really see AEW fans coming out and saying that's a good storyline. They're mostly saying that's a good match. So I don't know. Right.
Jay White and MJF.
Okay, so that just recently started over the past couple of weeks. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's the one thing they got going for them. And then Toni Storm, I'm not sure if it's really a storyline, but her character development and change over the past couple of weeks has been phenomenal.
Yeah, Nick and I have had some debates about Toni Storm. I think she sold me pretty quick, and Nick's still holding out a little bit. And I found it interesting this week because we had kind of the goofy stuff with Roddy and the Kingdom. And if you love the goofy stuff, I know Luna was probably giddy as hell watching the two men go around the kitchen on their scooters and wheelchair. But then you followed it with her it kind of felt like a carryover of kind of being silly. But
Yeah.
I personally love what she's doing.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I'm definitely love what Tony Storm. I can't even talk. Tony Storm is doing tonight and in AEW. I really like it.
I believe we're about to kick off right now.
It looks like we are kicking off. They're showing some Kenta stuff at the beginning.
All right, there we go. Let's see if there we go. Caught up to you. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking off Impact tonight. I am KJ White. If you didn't know, that is Ringsider Anthony, all the way from ATL. How you doing? And I hope everyone out there is having fun. Get in that chat. Let us know what's on your Impact mind. Is it interesting that Trinity is? Oh, it's a replay. I was like, is she part of the intro now?
Yeah, it's just a replay.
Okay.
Yeah, they're showing what happened. I think this is last week or a couple of weeks ago. No, this is last week because Mickie James interfered.
Yes. I love the idea of Mickie James going after Trinity.
Yes, that's gonna be good. Big Nick, I love that they mad when you're not mad. Exactly.
Right. Oh, it's funny. Sometimes it's funny. We were told last night, a couple of people were like, you guys just hate our company. We're like, we just spent 20 minutes saying nice things. And then the minute we were like, hey, this isn't going so well, they were like, fuck you.
And then you guys are equally critical of both. Like you're critical of WWE and you praise WWE when it's having some good moments, and you're doing the same with AEW. So
right.
I think this channel is very impartial.
We try. Like we all have our, I got the burn, my saddle about Jericho, so it doesn't matter what he does. He just bothers me. But we all have our little biases, right? But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be an interesting week. We're heading into Fastlane on Saturday.
Yes. Yeah.
Only 5 matches announced for that one so far.
I feel like they might add one more. I see Triple H likes the number 6 a lot. Because then a lot of his pay-per-views is 6 matches. So they might announce one more for Fastlane. I'm not sure where they would go. Maybe it could be a multi-women's match on the Raw side with Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, and I think Shayna Baszler is in the mix.
Interesting.
Well. Yeah, so it could be something like that.
Interesting. I don't mind that idea at all. That one's for you.
What's up, A. Jobson? What's good?
Tony Khan needs Luther, the anger translator. Clay Lewis, how you doing? What's up, KJ? We got SmackDown tomorrow night and Rampage. What Saturday? Fastlane. Yeah, it's gonna be good times. No, I got Tasha Steelz coming out to kick off the show tonight. Another returnee. We hadn't seen her for a hot minute.
Yeah, she came back after Rebellion. And then it was like for one off, and she had a stare down with Savannah Evans and Giselle Shaw, and then she disappeared. So I'm glad she's kind of back, hopefully full time now, heading into Bound for Glory. And it looks like she might be a team with Deonna Purrazzo, which I'm kind of interested in.
Absolutely.
They kind of teased that last week.
I'd like them to get Kiera Hogan back because Kiera Hogan hasn't done a lot in AEW.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were great together.
That's kind of how I feel about oh man, I've lost her name, but she faced Jade Cargill when she came to AEW for the TBS championship. Taya Valkyrie.
There you go. I was about to say it.
That's how I feel about Taya Valkyrie. I kind of wanted to see her back with the Death Dolls and Impact. So
nice. Yeah, I agree. Like I feel like she's a little underutilized. And then she took some heat and a lot of criticism from their own tribe.
Yes.
I do feel like that side of the ledger kind of give each other shit more than the other. Like the WWE fans generally don't give each other shit as much, but the AEW fans will turn on their own real quick and be real quick.
Real quick. It doesn't take them long.
She hurt Britt Baker. Burn her at the stake. Like, whoa.
I feel like the WWE fans, they just hold a grudge. They see one bad thing, and I'm referring to Nia Jax. You see a couple of bad things, and then she's the worst person in the world, and then they hold that grudge for years and years and years.
Yeah, poor Ridge Holland had to leave social media.
Right. There was a point where I think it was Shotzi like deactivated her Twitter, and then there was a point where Alexa Bliss, she turned off like retweets and I think it was like tags for a minute.
Right. We got Killer Kelly entering the ring right now. MKU is one of my favorite things in all of wrestling.
Yeah, I like MK Ultra. They're up there with the Coven and Impact Wrestling as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they're going towards Killer Kelly and Masha defending against Deanna and Tasha, but I feel like that's happening at Bound for Glory, and that's
Okay.
going to be announced very soon.
Nice. I'm all
Yeah.
for that one. What's up, KJ? Got that one. Tony Khan got that one. The funniest shit is how Edge was cutting his promo to actually crowd instead of the hard cam.
I like how they I think some fans pointed out, and it was the WWE fans, obviously, when he made his entrance at Wrestle Dream, he only played up to one half of the crowd. And in WWE, he's running to both sides. He ran to one and then stopped right at the entrance and walked
Yeah. There's nobody over that way.
There's
Sorry.
nobody over that way.
Got that one. Here we go. Here we go. I think she wants a little back. I'll wait and figure out what that is later. NXT has maybe 5 possible stars. But that, I mean, does that speak to it being a developmental brand, Anthony?
It's hard to say if NXT is really a developmental brand. I feel like it's become WWE's third brand. I probably would say when it was that 2.0, that's really when I stopped watching. I felt like Vince McMahon was trying to make it an actual developmental brand, but with Sean at the helms, it seems like it's really WWE's third brand.
Yeah, you know what? It's a valid point, especially with so much injection of the main roster. And again, yeah, you got Braun Breaker, you got Carmelo, you got Trick, but you see the fun stuff is like Trick wasn't the guy he is now when we first started seeing him.
Right.
You know, Tiffany wasn't the star that we saw. Now what we're getting. So watching this evolution has been kind of fun.
Agreed. And if you're talking about 5 possible stars, Tiffany is definitely one of them. Like if Tiffany can hold her own with, as she says, a WrestleMania main eventer, she has this in the bag.
Right. Tony Storm must be the most controversial wrestler in AEW. You either love her or hate her gimmick. Polarizing, maybe not controversial, but yeah, not to be picky, Steve, but yeah, I've noticed some people are like, this is fucking stupid. And then the other, you know, there's the me's of the world who are like, I love it. At least she's doing something.
Right. At least she's doing something interesting, which we don't get a lot of interesting in AEW, I feel like. So
yeah. Especially in that women's division. I mean, that's why I think losing Jade hurt so bad is she was such a personality.
Yeah, a big personality at that. And to even her coming out and saying that she wanted to be in the top facing, being in the top world title and she wasn't, it says a lot. It really does says a lot of where she felt like she was in the company.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, Tasha Steelz rolling Kelly back in the ring.
And
I'm not sure how synced we are.
Yeah, she just rolled her back in the ring after I think it was like a nasty DDT.
Yeah. All right. 2 counts. I'm quick to say Foog AEW and the fans, LOL. Every time I used to be on the show giving positive feedback on AEW, LOL, they still have me.
Oh man, CJ, you are definitely right there. There was a point where I was consistently making WWE and AEW content, and there was like one night, I believe it was when MJF did that famous promo, and he basically called Tony Khan a mark. Well, he didn't. Basically, he did. And I made a video on TikTok praising MJF and saying how I don't care how this storyline goes. I don't know if MJF is literally getting fired or quitting, but this is the best thing I've seen in wrestling in a long time. And I got hate for saying that. Like, you should care about the man's job. I'm like, I don't think the man cares about his job. So why should I care about it? Like, I don't. And from that day on, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make AEW content every now and then because y'all fans is a little crazy.
A little volatile. The core group is it's it's that loud, boisterous minority that just a small percentage of people, but they're intense.
Yes, very intense.
What else we got? Richard says, I kind of want Tony to step away from the main title a little bit. Let Tony face some new people and have rivalries. I don't think her and Saraya will face for a while. I don't know. I kind of want her to have the belt.
If she wins it again, she's going to be a 3-time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, Masha arguing with Steele at the ringside.
Yeah. Oh, nice kick. Nice kick by Tasha.
All right, let's see. Oh, I got a commercial. What the hell just happened? I lost my feed. I was trying to catch up and see if I got the kick. Tasha versus Killer Kelly bonkers happening right now, folks. And again, no spoilers. We're watching on YouTube, commercial free. We start a little later, end at the same time. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, what Monster Ball matches are you covering Sunday?
So we're covering the first ever Knockouts Monster Ball match, which involved Daphne and Taylor Wilde. Then we're covering the Monster Ball match, which I don't know who's all in it, but Jeff Hardy and I believe Abyss, because he's in a bunch of them. It's Monster Ball 2 from Bound for Glory 2005, and we're watching the Monster Ball match recently between Trey Miguel and Crazy Steve, which
that
was
match
really
is
good.
That one's a barn burner.
Yeah.
That was the match that turned Luna Havoc into a Crazy Steve fanatic.
Yes.
He's like, who's this guy? I'm like, he's from Toronto. Or 12, close. Who else we got in the chat? Folks, keep it coming. Keep it coming. I was with it up until this week. This week I got Lauren Van Ness vibes, and it had to go away. Oh, it had go away heat, but previously weeks had been fun. Oh, so Tony being a little over the top. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I really think she was when she did what she did outside to the ring to what's her name? I can't
Renee.
Yes, yeah. She was playing it up really good.
And I get the point here from C was it C Money? Yeah, C Money. That when she is just kind of hitting you with those quick jabs, it's really funny. But when you give us that longer segment and she's being dramatic for that extended period of time, it might come over a little too campy for people.
Which in turn, yeah, when you kind of draw things out, it kind of, like you said, it does come out a little campy.
Right. Big drop kick in the corner by Killer Kelly.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty there.
Rest in peace, Dick Butkus. One of the best sports names ever. Thoughts and prayers for sure. What happened to Abaddon? We don't know.
I don't know. She disappeared.
That's a lady who could end up in Impact and do a lot of good.
Yes. Put her in a storyline with the Death Dollars or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
They
accidentally tap out here.
Oh, no way. She accidentally comes out of that bottle that they ended up putting Rosemary in. Like they try and get Rosemary back and they get Abaddon instead. Uh-oh.
Right.
Oh, here's Deanna.
Oh, there's Deanna.
And the ref Masha pulls the ref out of the ring and blames Deanna.
This is definitely becoming a tag team. Deanna and Tasha Steelz. Oh.
Hold that one for a moment.
Steelz got the victory.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Nice. There you go. So yeah, 100% giving us that tag match setup, right?
This is definitely happening at Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is looking really good. And like Luna said last week, it can potentially be pay-per-view of the year.
Listen, and again, we talked. Impact does that. Now, for the longest time, I said you might not watch Impact. Do not miss Impact pay-per-views.
Yeah, because they rarely miss. They rarely miss.
Oh, so are we getting a replay from BTI? Oh, that's what happened earlier. Was that giant Savannah and Havoc?
Surprising that she won.
Yeah, she hasn't done that very often.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to push her in a different direction here. Why
is Dirty Dango hate pro wrestling? Do you know? I haven't figured it out.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Right. He hasn't been exactly clear on his reasoning.
Right.
It's a little all over the place. I mean, Flop Dollar still can't jump over the top rope. Everybody see the video that he put out, making sure y'all know he can do it?
I haven't seen it.
If I find it, I'll flip it your way.
Yeah, I have to see that because me and my buddies, we still talk about that flop,
The
over the top
insufficient
rope.
funds, as Nick put it. Oh man, it's still one of the funniest moments ever.
Really is. It really is.
Feels like WWE made no real women's mid card. It's either main event or jobber. It's sad. People want a mid card, but if one is made, there would be no division for it. I would completely disagree with that statement, Mr. Richard. Go ahead.
I feel like WWE could have made mid card titles out of those tag team titles if they would have treated it correctly from the beginning. And I think it started off good. They had the Elimination Chamber match. We had Sasha and Bailey win it, but they lost it right at WrestleMania. Not saying anything bad against the Iconics, because I love the Iconics. Maybe that match of them winning could have came down the line, maybe SummerSlam, but established the tag team division with your top two stars in Sasha and Bailey. And I think we could have made a mid-card division out of that tag team division.
Yeah, and it's funny because Big Nick definitely holds that theory. My fear was you were going to thin it out a little, but yeah, you look at this point now where the tag titles don't mean anything really, even with where it stands now. So that's a tough one. I will say I feel like there is a mid, kind of like the empty void but I do feel like they have a mid-level booking strategy for the WWE's women because we do get those offshoot rivalries that aren't necessarily involving the title. So I do give them a little bit of credit on that. Like we'll get a Becky Trish program or something that's not necessarily top tier, but still it could be better for sure.
Right.
80 years old. What a legend. Oh, Dick. Yeah, the Bears. Sort of like Chelsea's gimmick. I don't know what that's referring to.
I'm trying to look too to see what it refers to.
Oh, there you go. Lauren Von Ness vibes. That's what it. All right. Oh, we got Tommy Dreamer in the ring, by the way.
We got Tommy Dreamer, and then we got Crazy Steve coming out.
Yes.
I wonder if they're gonna make this this match at Bound for Glory or try to push it out a little further. If he's gonna cash in his briefcase.
I say do it.
Okay.
I say do it just because again, you're trying to build. I love what they're doing with Steve. I really do.
The whole transformation that they have done over the past couple of weeks has been insane.
Yeah. And I think Tommy's the perfect like babyface victim.
Right. And now
loves taking a beating.
And now thinking about it, I'm like, I don't think Tommy Dreamer should hold that title very long. Like, they should give it to Crazy Steve, and I think Crazy Steve can run with it for quite a while, like Trey Miguel did.
Yep. Man, they completely turned the volume up on this guy, and it's been outstanding.
And whatever happens with Crazy Steve, like when he eventually loses the digital media championship, immediately put him in the world title picture. I think they can do that.
Absolutely.
He has the presence for it.
No, it's this entrance is wicked. You could see it on any stage. This entrance, this vibe, it all works. And he's holding that suitcase. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, he's definitely about to do something with it.
Steve G says they're doing good tonight. Good start. What else we got? It's still a developmental brand. They're just bringing in main roster stars to try and give some of the NXT reps with the vets and attempt to pop ratings. Fair enough. I think that's your response to saying that
That I think is a third brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can actually see it still being a developmental brand, but I think they just promote NXT so well that I feel like they really consider it a third brand.
Yeah, I think you see the quality of what they're doing, and like you said, the way they promote it, the way they treat it, it doesn't. It actually, it doesn't have kind of those vibes of AEW at times of like what is going wrong and where
Right.
are the people. Like, they found a smart way to make it look big and grandiose.
Exactly.
Tiffany is a complete carbon copy of Barbie Hayden. Once she got away from its daddy's little girl.
I'm not even sure who Barbie Hayden is. Interesting. All right, so we got Tommy Dreamer in the ring with Crazy Steve. It seems like Crazy Steve is about to challenge for that digital media championship here. So someone says, Steve G, speaking of the Iconics, I read Cassie Lee is working to come back to wrestling. That would be very interesting. I kind of want to see the Iconics back in wrestling. They got to come back. I feel like they need to come back, and I feel like they need to come back in WWE, to be honest. To have a good run with those tag team titles.
Speaking of coming back, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was able to hold it down for a couple of seconds.
Oh, wait. Okay. This is getting heartfelt.
Yeah. He's kind of going deep here.
He taught Steve how to drive. Yeah, this is the perfect opportunity for Steve to completely victimize.
Yeah.
This is deep. Not bad, not bad.
Tommy Dreamer is saying if you wanted a title shot, all you had to do was ask. Huh.
Well, I mean, all he wants to do is cash in his case.
Yeah.
So same thing.
I feel like Crazy Steve is doing some acting here. Looks like he's trying to cry here, but the way they've been portraying Crazy Steve, I know this is an act.
Right. The best blind wrestler. Just a reminder for those who don't know, legally blind. I'm not going to call Edge Adam Copeland. He's always Edge. It happens. I do it all the time, especially with like Daniel Bryan.
Oh yes, I'll say Daniel Bryan in a heartbeat.
All right. Bound for Glory, any type of match you want. It should be a Monsters Ball, Tommy Dreamer. How fitting would that be?
Yes.
Now Steve dropping to a knee, showing a little bit of a soft side here.
And I heard rumors of a match being a Monsters Ball match at Bound for Glory.
It's known for it. Quite a few.
Yeah. Wait. Steve went in for the hug, but this is turning into something different.
He's biting him. He's biting him.
Oh, he put a fork in his back.
Oh, is it a fork?
There's a fork in his back.
Okay, I thought he was eating his neck.
I thought he was too for a minute.
Didn't it look like he was eating them?
Yes.
Man, it's a fork. He stabbed him. We just heard the reports of Tommy Dreamer going through a garbage can and almost killing himself. Like, I mean, now we're stabbing this man with a fork. He's a trooper.
Right.
See, but I like this. See, this is the little nuances that people don't realize happen in Impact, right? Like, really nice storyline. And then when the shit hit the fan, instantly referees come out. Like, this is something that the bigger company should do at times, like ring a bell, act like there's bad shit happening, and there's enough sense in an Impact to pull that off. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly. Even like a couple of weeks ago when Eddie Edwards put Trinity through a table. I mean, like I believe everybody almost came out, you know, for that.
Yep. Tommy down.
And Crazy Steve is saying, "I'll see you soon." So it's not official yet, but
I'll see you soon, Tommy.
This man is singing on his way out of.
This is amazing. But it's so good. You can hear like the crowd, like the random like comments that people are making.
Exactly.
The 1 8-year-old back there. Boo!
It really did look like he was biting him. They're replaying it again.
Yeah, like this angle here, you're like, is he? It looked like he was giving him the vampire treatment.
Wow. We got Dirty Dango coming out to the ring.
Dirty Dango. I hate that I love this guy so much.
Yeah, he's and I got a chance to see him live, actually twice. I mean, he's amazing live. Like he plays up to the crowd very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He really does. I'm like you though. I kind of hate that I love him.
Right. And I think he's another good example. Like I know a lot of people talking with all these WWE releases, Anthony, of like AEW, but Impact has done nothing but benefit from budget cuts in the WWE.
It has made big stars like Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley at one point. I mean, these people had got released from WWE, went to Impact, and got utilized to get hired back again at WWE.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like Dana Brooke is one of them. I feel like if Dana Brooke comes to Impact, really hones her skills, she's going to eventually go back to WWE. I feel like Trinity is one of those too, if she doesn't, continue to feel the way she feels about being treated by WWE. Because every week, me and Luna have said like Trinity has grown tremendously since she debuted in Impact, gotten better on the mic, ring skills up to par with Deonna Purrazzo. So yeah, these folks they leave WWE, find some hope and Impact.
Yeah, and a lot of reclamation projects, like you pointed out, and it's again, I think an underrated, part of Impact's history of being able to allow talent to find that groove and get themselves over, get themselves in the ring, get mic time, and they've done well. They got to run their company in spurts sometimes because they're in and out of people.
Right.
It's outstanding. Got to be a challenge when your lineup's always changing.
And I kind of agree, when I watched you and Nick on Tuesdays, when you say like Impact has a great women's division and NXT is better. I do see your point where you're saying the Impact women's division is trying to rebuild at this point a little bit. Like the matches are still great, the storylines are still great, but they're trying to rebuild with new stars like Trinity, So I do get your point there. And like you say, Impact is always having a revolving door of wrestlers come in and out, and they always have to kind of find a way to restart in a way.
Yeah, Eric Young on the apron, looking all types of badass as always. Good old Canadian boy. But yeah, no, I agree. And again, like there was a time where I would never go against the Knockouts division. They've had such a historic kind of, even separate from Impact itself, people would always talk very highly of the Knockouts division. So, and again, I really only think because of, like you said, that influx of new talent, and they took a lot of hits, right? Mickey drops out, Deanna's not around, Tasha Steele was gone, Emma leaves, Chelsea leaves. So now we're seeing Killer Kelly, Masha kind of rise to the top, and those are two ladies that I think could get picked up by another company,
right? And you got Kylan King trying to make herself into a single star with Taylor Wilde being gone. So they're doing a lot of rebuilding, especially with oh man, I'm bad with names tonight, but the one that's in the ring right now.
the one Jody Threat.
Jody Threat, yes, Jody Threat. Like they're trying to build something here.
Right. By the way, folks, if you're watching at home, we got a 10-person tag. There's a lot of people in this. It's let me read through this real quick, Anthony. Eric Young, Jordan Grace, Jake Something, Dirty Dango, and Champagne Singh versus Bully Ray, Jody Threat, Kylan King, Shira, and Brian Myers.
A lot of people. A lot of people in this.
Now, I admit you watch more Impact than I do. How did we get here?
I don't even know. Like I was watching you a little bit before I jumped on, and like I said, I didn't know any of the matches, and I'm like, how did we get here with this 10-person tag match?
Right, the blender match.
Oh, they got the dude from OVW in here.
Yeah, he's back. He's a guy I'm surprised hasn't got a little more love from some of the company. He's like such a big guy, seems to really have a great personality.
Yeah, and then watching that show on Netflix, I think his episode was like episode 5, and he had that match with Bobby Roode, and they showed the majority of that match on there. It was not Bobby Roode. I'm sorry.
I was like,
I am.
I was like, wait. But then I blanked because you said Roode, so I was like, wait, it's not him. It's Storm. I couldn't pull out Storm.
I still can't get his name, but it's his tag team partner in Impact.
James Storm.
Yes, James Storm. There it is. Yeah, and they showed the majority of that match on the Netflix show, and that was really good. So I'm with you there. I'm not sure why he hasn't gotten more love from some of the bigger companies.
Yeah, and especially with the WWE. I mean, like they've really embraced kind of, wrestlers in a very similar fashion to Shira. I think they're calling him here. I don't know. I mean, I'm a little surprised that they haven't gone down that road. We've seen others that probably didn't work out very well at all for them.
Right.
10-person tag. Dango taking out Jody. Shira is better than Shanky. Exactly what I'm saying.
Way better.
Right?
I think Dango is is the legal man in here with Ruby Jody Threat.
Yeah, Ruby Threat. Yeah. Did he put a crown on?
He did.
Oh my. Richard is not signed. It's just courtesy. What did Richard say? Legato, he wants at Bray's episode on SmackDown last month. Okay, Dirty Dango. Trinity still eating off them bloodline checks. she putting in her own work. Come on,
she was putting in a lot of her own work.
And it's been good for her because, again, I think at times she was a bit lost in the shuffle in WWE.
Yeah, and I really believe a lot of the time she was lost in the shuffle only because of her mic skills.
Yeah,
like she's a talented athlete, and I think they just I don't know. Is this Brian Myers and Jordan Grace going at it?
Yeah, Brian laid her out. Like, again, you don't get the intergender in a lot of the companies, so
right.
And again, Jordan Grace had a wicked run as digital champion earlier this year.
Oh, Brian Myers is tagging in Kylan King here.
I like Kylan King.
She's really good. And I love the Coven, but I'm like, I really like Kylan King as a singles, competitor. Mm-hmm. And hopefully like she gets that opportunity in 2024 to kind of hone her skills and maybe even become Impact Knockout champion.
Right. No, I felt right around the time where I kind of peeled back from covering the live Impact. I felt like the Coven had kind of slowed down. Like they were cool, and then they kind of cooled off. They kind of lost the titles right on time.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you there. Oh, Jordan Grace with that suplex on Brian Myers.
That's a big suplex. First
Oh,
on
and she's
Skyler,
calling
then
him
on Myers.
Bully Ray. She is calling Bully Ray into the ring.
Let's go. Bully Ray out there causing trouble with all the fan bases this week too. I love it.
Bully Ray is so controversial, but he doesn't care. He's gonna say what's on his mind.
But a lot of he makes these like little intelligent jabs where you can't really tell him he's wrong.
Right.
You just don't like what he's saying. You're like, you're a dick, but you're right.
Oh, Jordan. Oh, I thought she was gonna get him up.
Ooh.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, if anybody could.
It's Jordan. It's definitely Jordan.
Were you surprised when Jordan came back?
I was not. I was not, and I was hoping she wouldn't go anywhere else just yet, because I feel like she'll get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm a really big fan of her. So when she became a free agent, I was like, ooh, is this a chance for her to try something else? But again, she gets to be one of the stars in this company. And look at the match she's in right now. Thunk it.
And it's hard to pass up that Impact schedule, like that one weekend a month.
Yeah,
like, I would love to do that.
Right. Oh, Shira just pulling the leg out from under Eric Young.
Yeah.
Vince to Lashley, I'll hire you back, but the headband stays in TNA, pal. He sweated too much. It wasn't just fashion. A 10-person tag. Yes, you heard me correctly.
Yeah, 10-person. It's actually interesting here, though. Like, they're actually putting some effort into this.
Oh, I'm enjoying the shit out of this.
Yeah. Because most 10-man tags are, to me, they're not great.
No. But I do think that Impact does that really good job of, like, you see all the people are on the apron. It's not 10 people just running around. The bad guys have to cheat. I like it.
It's not the multiple finishing moves that yeah.
And we might get a little chaos in this, I imagine, at some point, but you get there.
It's like you actually are having a match before you get to the chaos.
Right. And they're taking it, again, it feels serious. It feels like everyone's competing.
Everybody's getting their shine and time in the ring.
Oh my God. Jordan Grace is a face.
That was a spine buster by Jordan Grace.
Right. Team Jordan Grace for the win, says Damien. Get him a squeegee. What you do when you got one of these, you just squeegee it.
Right.
He had a medical condition. LOL. Oh, Bobby, like, were you saying he had a sweating condition? I don't know if that's facts. I cannot confirm or deny. Just thought he was a fan of headbands.
That's what I thought. Oh, Billy Ray's on the top rope. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh.
Jake Something's a beast, by the way.
He is. He's super big and super strong.
It's just thick. Pause. I know, relax, pause, guys, but I heard it.
Looks like Steve G up here is asking if Mercedes Moné shows up on Tuesday. I don't know.
Learn with it.
I don't know. I have my thoughts about Mercedes going to AEW, and I don't want it to happen for so many reasons. I think she would be leaving one bad women's division, talking about WWE at that time, going to another terrible women's division. Jay Something's team wins. Yeah, wow. But to go back to what I was saying, I feel like if she's in AEW, Mercedes Monet, it just needs to be for some matches, not to stay there and try to help their women's division. I feel like that was what Saraya was coming in to do, but
Mhm.
that turned out to not be what I thought it was gonna be.
That didn't go so well.
Yeah,
It came out of the gate with no tires on the no tires on the wheels.
right.
Oh, we're in the back with Josh. Yeah, big win for Jake. Big pin for Jake something.
Yeah. I think they got big things for Jake something, hopefully in 2024 for Impact.
They should. Oh,
Man, Josh Alexander, he has a big couple of weeks ahead of him with Bound for Glory
yep.
and then Osprey the
Yes.
next night, which will be on the following week's Impact. So this is interesting for Josh Alexander. And if he wins that Bound for Glory, he beats Alex Shelley, the match with Osprey will become a world title match.
And I
So
believe that is what it will happen.
that's what I think so too. I think Josh is gonna get that title back.
Yeah. I will give credit and a lot of love to Alex Shelley. And I think even in this, he's handled himself really well. He doesn't come off as lesser than. He's right in there. And you see him now going face to face with Josh.
Right.
I like the guy, a vet.
And I like how Impact, like in this situation, the world title, the person who's holding the world title, which in this case is Alex Shelley, he's not looking like an afterthought. Because I feel like a lot of times when in WWE, at least when the feud is a triple threat type of feud, like Charlotte, Bianca, and Asuka, that happened at SummerSlam, and that feud went on for a couple of months prior before SummerSlam. I felt like the focus was more on Charlotte and Bianca and not on the actual women's champion Asuka. So I like how Impact kind of like includes everybody in their feud. If it's two, if it's three, if it's four, everyone gets their moment to, to make their self known in the feud. They got a Mickey James vignette here. I really thought Mickey James was done when she relinquished the title earlier this year, but I'm glad she's back because she still has some matches left in the tank. I think you might be muted, KJ.
I did. I hit the cough button and didn't uncough it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought, we talked about the rumors of her potentially going to WWE, Nick Aldis going over there. And I believe she does have some left in the tank. If her body can hold up, she had one of the best runs of any female wrestler out there through the end of 2022 into 2023.
Yes.
We kept waiting for her to lose, and it just wouldn't happen.
And it just wasn't happening. And each match was better than the last one.
And then, ironically, she has to relinquish the title. Like, she just never got to the final payoff.
Right.
But her versus Trin will be good. I mean, two vets, two very athletic women. And I think Mickey will guide her right through a very beautiful match.
Yes, I think so too. And I think, what's good for Trinity here, I think she's having the opportunity and Impact to call a lot of the matches as they go.
Yes.
I feel like she's even, been able to hone that a little bit, So I think this was the right place for her, as she has said in multiple interviews that she believes she picked the right place to just be utilized and to hone her craft. And then I feel like eventually she'll be back in WWE.
Right. Yeah, I think it's sooner than later. I mean, there's still ties there. And again, there's people never say never in the wrestling world. We've seen funnier things happen.
Right.
Wait until you see this strange tag team match coming up. We talking about the 8-man or the 10-man, 10-person? Or is there another one?
Yeah, is there another tag match tonight?
What's next? Oh no. This one made me laugh. I don't even know what to say. I know I kind of uglied up the Thursday this week. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. You know. You sound jacked up. Did I go auto tune on everybody when I
think it was when you muted yourself.
Yeah. It happens. I turn into T-Pain every once in a while.
Okay, so what is a fans revenge match?
I'm not quite sure, but it looks like the fans are outside the ring with a belt. Ooh. Holy Vince Russo booking. Where's Luna when we need her? So up next, we're getting a fans revenge match, folks, as ABC versus John Skyler and to be determined. And as I always say,
this must be the crazy tag match he was talking about.
Absolutely. So we got fans around the ring with belts, folks, straps, if you will. Oh yeah, they got a.
Yeah, they have a case for the tag team titles. This is going to be an interesting match, y'all. Steve G here says, nope, another tag team match. So we're assuming this tag. I think this is going to be interesting here. MDB, Never Say Never is also a good Justin Bieber song. I've heard it once or twice. It's an interesting song. Let's see here. I like that WWE is investing in the women's division. Jade, Nia, Kairi Sane. Yeah, WWE is trying to bounce back, especially on Raw with the women's division. Bringing Nia Jackson personally for me is great. I really like Nia Jackson. Bringing Jade in, powerhouse, a superstar in the making there, and bringing Kairi Sane back. Huge fan of Kairi Sane. Unbroken says Luna grew one heck of a beard in a week. Fans revenge match. The guy who cried when CM Punk came back leaves a flaming bag of poo on Tony Khan's doorstep. Hilarious, Daniel. Hilarious. All right, so we got one member of the good, well, actually, it's the Good Hands coming out. So we got the Good Hands in ABC, Chris Bay, and Ace Austin in this fans revenge match. This is interesting, y'all. Yeah, Steve G, this is very interesting. BD says she grew the hell out of a beard. KJ posing as Luna Havoc this week. Did I say the bad hands? I meant to say the good hands. Y'all, it's been a long week. Me and my names are not, they're not given tonight. They're not. All right, this match is starting. This is so weird. So they're saying the fans can only strike wrestlers if they both feet hit the floor. So it's basically like a lumberjack match with fans. Kind of interesting. Steve G says, and I'm trying to pull it up here, I bet Luna would love this match. Yeah, Luna would definitely love this match. Anything with violence, Luna would love. Oh, so we got one fan already hitting one member of the Good Hands with a strap. This is interesting. This is so good. This is going to be so good, y'all, and interesting at the same time. Correct me if I'm wrong. The IWC calls wrestlers silence if they go to AEW, but silence if they go to Impact. Take Trinity for an example. No, you are about correct, sir. Trinity did take, being a content creator on TikTok, Trinity did take some hate for going to Impact, saying she went to a lesser company and she went to an indie promotion, but Trinity is doing more than she has ever done in WWE, I fear, with Impact. So, but you're right, the IWC calls wrestlers sellouts if they leave WWE and go to AEW. You're exactly right. That is not a wrong statement. Do you see any surprises at Bound for Glory, KJ and Anthony? I don't really see any surprises as of yet at Bound for Glory, but maybe we might hear some surprises. And look who is back, KJ, having the biggest internet problems tonight.
What are the odds, right? Our first time together, kind of like this, and literally the wind must be blowing in a funny way tonight because I had a couple of glitches now. Like, just work.
Oh, the fans are going in with those straps.
Yeah, and they don't look like they're very well trained in how to swing one. Oh man, I hate to say this, but this is the perfect match for Luna to be covering.
I know.
A fan's revenge match.
I don't even know if she's watching them tonight because she told me to tell her any updates about Crazy Steve. So I'm gonna have to tell her about this match.
Absolutely. Are you surprised with the surprise guest opponent, or like teaming up with Skyler here?
I'm kind of surprised. I really thought it would have been like an established tag team, but putting them two together, this is interesting.
Right. I'm right here. Right here. Even when I'm not there, I'm still here. Luna and the beard's back. I should have worn something leather.
Jay Vidal.
Oh, chucking him out.
Yeah, the fans were getting at him for a second.
Yo, that one fan couldn't wait for his turn.
Exactly.
This is my moment.
It's like, this is my time to shine. Get my 5 minutes of fame in.
Bieber literally been caught on tape trashing his fans. He's a terrible person. How did we get to Bieber?
Because of I think someone said never say never. Yes, you did when we talk about wrestlers going back to WWE and they brought up his song.
That's the last thing I thought I was going to incite when I brought up the fickle wrestling retirements. But hey, I get my peaches out in Georgia. The difference between the difference is Khan's money. I think that somebody had asked, sorry, Anthony, Monet and Impact. I just never saw it as a fit for her in the way she seems to perceive herself and present herself, that I couldn't see her making that step.
I would like to see Mercedes in Impact, but I feel like the stage of her career, she doesn't want to stay with one company. She wants to work with multiple companies. At one time, she wants to be that free agent that you might see on Impact one week, you might see on AEW the next week. She's flying out to Japan. Yep. I don't think she wants to be locked down to one company. And she went through that for 10, 12 years with WWE. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she just wants to kind of explore for a minute.
And I thought it was smart on her part. And though I have my criticisms of Sasha Banks, I did think it was kind of smart in the sense of building her value. Go to New Japan, have some really good matches, wear that title, make it, noteworthy, show that you're a buzz, show that, you move the needle, and it helps you with whatever company you want to end up with.
Right.
But that is the nice part. You don't have to just be subservient to one brand.
Exactly.
Oh,
man, the fans are taking it to him.
And they don't look like plants. They look like legit fans, guys.
Exactly. Like, it's like some of these fans got stopped at the door and like, we're going to pay you $15 tonight to beat on some wrestlers with some straps.
Here's some straps. Down. If you got pulled out of that crowd, I'd be pretty pumped.
Right.
Do you know why we got the fans' revenge match?
I don't. Nothing was mentioned last week. I think Impact likes to do like one-off fun matches sometimes. That's really
Yeah.
what I think.
Right. Oh, big tag. Got that one. The difference is Khan's a money mark that throws huge sums of money at people to use them like action toys, whereas Impact has way, 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 way less money, less of a budget, and tries to utilize everyone they hire.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they maximize what they get out of people.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of sorry.
I think Tony Khan just sometimes entices people with money, to be
I mean,
honest.
yeah. And I don't blame people. If you can get paid, get paid. But I do think that, like we said before, where again, it's a bit of a revolving door, and Impact tries to get the most out of people as they can. And we've seen a lot of talent go there. And when they went there, we were like, they suck. They're washed. They'll never be. And like you said, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, a lot of people have kind of made a resurgence and given themselves value through Impact Wrestling. Oh wait. Up and over.
You can look at it, even Cody Rhodes, and I didn't even know this until like his documentary came out. Like he was an Impact.
Yep.
So Cody Rhodes, like, is one of them.
That's
and he just didn't revitalize his career in Impact. He went to Ring of Honor. He ran the Independents. Like he was trying to make a name for himself.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's over.
Whew.
I like that.
ABC took that.
Ace Austin with some of the biggest legs in the business.
Huge legs.
It looks like George St. Pierre in there. Oh, the fans are coming in the ring. There we go. The strappers are happy. Was that oh no, it's not the main event yet. I was like, was that the main event?
No, I think the main event is going to be Josh Alexander and and Khan.
Something leather. So AEW is basically Toy Story 4. Depends who you ask. Good morning, world. Goodbye, SmackDown. It's almost poetic.
Right. Oh, Eddie Edwards and Kazarian. Me and Luna are so sick of them. We just want this to end.
Bro, when I stepped away from doing Impact, I was sick of it then. So the fact that I've been gone and I come back and they're still fucking doing this.
They're still going on.
It is crazy because they're like, I like both the guys. Them together is just very paint dryish.
and the good thing about this feud is the matches turn out to be really good, but the storyline, whatever they're trying to do, it's just not grabbing me.
No. But yeah, we've had, of course, Alicia's been involved, Tracy Brooks, they're showing that. There's got to be a conclusion. Like this is, it's been a long-standing program.
Yeah.
It's got like maybe Bound for Glory. We're finally done.
I hope. I think all of this started at Rebellion. I might be wrong. But I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like everything started at Rebellion. So Bound for Glory, it needs to be the end. Hopefully.
Yeah, and they weren't that good as a tag team personality-wise, oddly enough. And then they broke up. This match here, they're showing the highlights of the one they did at Killer Kowalski's school.
Yeah.
It was such a weird match. And Kazarian got destroyed.
I don't know. And then they got involved with, Trinity and Alicia Edwards.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. I have to say that was a little bit fun. But then I thought it was going to be over after that. And nope, we're back at it again.
Yeah. Like when Eddie put Trinity through the table, like that got a lot of attention. Like
it did.
Yeah. We got a lot of clicks on putting that out. Like it was a crazy moment. So what are we going to do? Like a couples steel cage match?
Like, because we did everything else. So what is happening at Bound for Glory?
I don't know, man. Oh, even Kazarian said, I'm going to ask them for a way to make sure this ends.
That is right. You did say that last week.
Thank God.
Like, end it, please.
I love how everyone always sees the B in my name as an 8. MDB999. Well, if you want to throw out a name that we could call you outside of letters, we would be happy to do so. It's a Canadian B, so it's justified.
A Canadian B.
One of my favorite entrances in all of wrestling.
Moose has a great entrance, and to see it live is insane too.
Oh, yeah. I imagine. And I really, like, I mean, when he was a free agent, I thought it just for like those little nuances of like his entrance on that grand stage would have been so fun.
Now, that was one person I was kind of shocked that re-signed with Impact.
Mhm.
I thought he was actually going to try to move on and maybe find a grander stage in WWE or AEW. But when he said that he didn't want to make new friends, I felt that. I
I
felt
believed him too. Yeah.
like I felt that all the way. Like,
Right.
I'm with you.
Right. He's like, I like my people and I don't want to fucking leave. So leave me
I'm
alone.
just gonna stay.
And again, I think there are some people that over time have been loyal to Impact, and part of that is being that big fish in the smaller pond, and not necessarily trusting the idea of shifting into that new group and trying to merge what you've already accomplished with
Yeah.
them knocking you to the bottom of the totem pole and such.
And then you always have that fear of, and I'll at least say it, going to WWE, that you're really gonna get lost.
You could, yeah, for sure. Bhupinder Gujjar. Gujjar? Gujjar.
Gujjar, I think it's Gujjar,
Okay.
which I don't know who he is.
KJ looks like gangster Santa Claus. I don't even know how to take that. I'll take the Santa part, the gangster part. I don't know if I fit the bill.
I don't know if you've seen that Christmas movie. I think it came out last year, where Santa was basically like, I don't want to use that word, but like he was trying to save people
Okay,
doing
okay,
bad things.
okay.
Maybe that's what he's referring to.
Or maybe. Touchdown for the Bears. Go. Wow. Okay. Good Bears. They actually got some points this week. That's good. I spent Christmas vacation. Oh, why did I click that? Yes, I'm in. I'll hang out with Billy Bob and the crew.
And the name of the movie I was referring to, Violent Night.
Violent Night. I
Yes,
have not
Santa
seen
was trying to save some people
Oh,
on Christmas Eve when he was delivering presents, and he had to do
right.
bad things to do it. So I can see you being that kind of Santa.
Yeah. I feel like I look like Santa Claus in June. You know, fuck. Some of the I have no idea what y'all are talking about. TNA bookings greater than AEW.
When it comes to storylines, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. As far as overall structuring of everything they do feels, you know, on point as far as what they're trying to deliver. It might not be the
Yeah,
highest budget, it might not be the biggest names, but even that 10-person tag, it had a rhyme and reason to it. It wasn't just fucking chaos.
right. Everything, it feels important. Like
Yeah.
in its moment, it feels important.
Right. What is the main event of Impact tonight? That will be Big Con taking on Josh Alexander.
That's gonna be good.
Oh, Moose gets dropped on his face. Lost in the WWE song. One way to put it. Murder Santa. Is that the name of a movie, or are you threatening to kill me? What is happening? So Washington beat Denver, but are getting the crap kicked out of them by Chicago. Listen, sports are a funny thing to follow.
Very interesting from what I hear.
Just horrible BS. They choke in once again. Oh, we're back on the football. Santa was on his bullshit in 5 minutes. Now I gotta watch it.
You have to watch it. It's a really good movie.
Oh, Moose with an easy win.
Yeah, that was very quick. He wasn't playing any games there.
I love this comment.
Anthony's hat greater than AEW.
Delivers. It's a needle mover.
A needle mover. Oh, Steve Macklin. What is he out here for?
Interesting. What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting.
It's been surprising, this Moose Myers relationship been ongoing for quite a minute.
Yeah. It's actually a little entertaining too.
Yeah. Didn't quite make sense at first, but again, they just kind of worked it. Well, yeah, we got Macklin in the ring.
This is interesting with Macklin here.
Right. Sami Callihan's a free agent, my guy.
Yes, he is.
That case is mine. Oh. Anthony, Macklin wants the case.
That's what he's saying. Are they gonna have a match at Bound for Glory for the briefcase? Because I think Moose's briefcase is for the world title.
Yes.
I think, yeah.
That would be again, on paper, that's another phenomenal match.
Now, which is a theory here, they have this match at Bound for Glory. Steve Macklin wins.
Yeah.
He cashes in on the same night after Josh Alexander wins. That's
oh
yeah.
Josh is a victim to one of the worst or best, depending on how you look at it, cash-ins ever. And when Moose did it to him in front of his kid.
Yes, at Bound for Glory.
Yeah. So if Macklin did it to him again, you're like, son of a... But yeah, it would almost add salt to the wound. Yeah. There's two of us and one of you.
Moose talk before.
Really?
I don't think I have.
It's funny because we went long before I was doing this. The group I was with, we had an interview with Moose, but he was like at the airport and he was like laid back and real chill and like, you know, he didn't really seem too into being there and just, yeah, you know, I'm good. Yeah, all right, bro. Nice guy. He's just very nonchalant, very chill.
He gives those vibes that like he's a very chill guy.
Like, oh, you know, who are you looking forward to facing? Anybody. Like, okay. Yeah.
Oh, is that PCO?
Does that mean he's back? Like he's signed?
Did he re-sign?
Or was no? Well, this was.
Nah, this was taped right after the last pay-per-view. Oh, it's PCO. It is PCO. PCO is and Myers and Macklin. PCO taking out Myers and Macklin. Oh, this is interesting. This is really interesting. Damian Priest is not going to cash in his money in the bank briefcase until December. That's what I've been hearing. That could be the case. Definitely could be the case here. PTO greater than PCO. Oh, is that Rhino? Rhino just hit the gore on Steve Macklin. I don't know what is going on with all of this. I don't know if they're setting up Steve Macklin and Rhino, Steve Macklin and Moose. It's a lot of chaos. It's definitely a lot of chaos. Man, we got the Rascals on here spray painting the tag team titles. Like gore, yes. Out of nowhere. So this backstage segment is with the Rascals and ABC. Looks like ABC is about to cash in these briefcases. When are they going to cash it in? So it looks like ABC just laid down the challenge for Bound for Glory against the Rascals. Interesting. So I'm not sure. Sami Callihan and Rich Swann are both saying that they deserve a shot at the tag titles, but we know Sami Callihan is a free agent. And so many initials, hard to keep up. So next week, it looks like the Rascals defend the World Tag Team titles against Sami Callihan and Rich Swann. This is interesting. Obviously, we know that Sami Callihan is a free agent, so that match is definitely going to the Rascals. But I think we're going to get the Rascals and ABC at Bound for Glory. And we got Chris Sabin in a small promo package talking about the X Division Championship. And that's going to be a good match, y'all. Chris Sabin, X Division Championship against Kenta at Bound for Glory. We got Ospreay and Mike Bailey at Bound for Glory. I mean, this Bound for Glory pay-per-view is looking pretty good, y'all. KJ's face froze with this look of this is what an angry bearded beaver would look like if it were human. Yep, so it's official. Next week we have the Rascals versus Sami Callihan and Rich Swann for the tag titles. And then it's been announced that the Impact World Tag Team Championships will be on the line against ABC at Bound for Glory. So whoever wins next week will be facing ABC at Bound for Glory. We got Tracy Brooks going into the Hall of Fame. We got the two announcers going into the Hall of Fame. And then we're having the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match, number 1 and number 20 spot match next week. And Jordan Grace is a part of that, which I've never seen a Call Your Gauntlet match. So I'm kind of excited for that. As KJ has rejoined. And we have the Knockouts World Tag Team Championships on the line at Bound for Glory. MK Ultra versus Tasha Steelz and Deonna Purrazzo. This is going to be good.
This card is stacking up. Speedball and Ospreay, eh?
Man.
The Kevin Hart of pro wrestling, Mike Speedball Bailey. He's just everywhere. He shows up on
everywhere. Next thing you know, he's going to be on WWE next week. I'm just having a one-off match.
Right? What is this?
Some movie that is supposed to be sponsoring the Mike Bailey match at Bound for Glory. But this movie looks interesting.
Yeah, what is this? I thought it was a vignette. I was like, who are we bringing out now?
Impuritus.
Oh. Will Ospreay to NXT. I think he's been very public. He doesn't want to go to developmental and be told what to do.
I think some people just don't deserve. If they sign with WWE, should go to NXT. Will Ospreay is one of them. Jade Cargill, I feel, is one of them as well. But we'll see. I'm hearing rumors that she might be at Fastlane this weekend. So
Yeah, part of me wondered, will she show up on Fastlane and then we find out she'll be on Tuesday?
let's throw everybody on Tuesday night.
Fuck it. Go 3 hours. Steal an hour from Raw just for 1 week only. I'm really curious if Raw's going to be really good because we're leading into it, or is it just going to be like an afterthought? Like, all right, can we get to tomorrow?
I feel like Raw might be actually interesting this week. Coming off of Fastlane, then going right into NXT, it might actually be something special.
Building towards Survivor Series as well.
Right.
The design. How do you feel about Dina as the leader of the design? Like, how have you felt that transition has gone?
Luna and I talked about it last week, and we just don't feel like the design is where it's at anymore. I think we both agreed that they might just need to kind of call it quits with the design.
Might have to. And you know what? I think Diener did well in the beginning of like taking it over, being intense, showing a bigger, side of Diener. But again, Eric Young's back in the building, so it's this weird kind of shadow.
Right.
Like, this isn't really yours anymore.
And I think we both said that too. We were like, ever since Eric Young came back, it's kind of not the same,
Right. If you replace his whiskers with porcupine spikes, he would be an X-Man. Who? I hope not me. The Canadian X-Man Beaver. The design is benign. That's nice wordplay.
Josh Alexander.
Sorry?
I said Josh Alexander and Khan. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
I know Luna and I weren't excited for this match, but it might actually turn out to be something special.
You know what? I'm a little biased maybe, but anytime Josh is in the ring, I don't care who he's fighting. I think it's going to be a good time. And it's crazy because you think about when him and Ethan Page separated and Ethan was moving on AEW, everyone thought it kind of felt like Ethan was kind of the star, right? Like the bigger kind of personality. And Josh has been nothing but an absolute beast in this company since.
Longest Impact World Champion. I mean, people missed him when he was gone. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he's definitely made himself a big star since breaking up with Adam.
I mean, he didn't even lose that X Division belt.
Right.
So, very interesting. So, PCO came out not to help Macklin because he's still mad at Macklin. I thought it would have been really weird if he helped him. Right. But then the gore on who got gored?
Macklin got gored, but then PCO took out Moose and Brian Myers. Is it Brian Myers? Did I get this?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That was interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused by all the run-ins on that particular one. Like nobody likes Macklin is what I got out of it.
Right. I thought PCO was going to come and save them, but he attacked them because I know he wasn't going to save Steve Macklin. And then he gets gored out of nowhere. Steve Macklin does. So it's like, I don't know what they're trying to do here.
All right. I give it 50-50 odds. That seems fair odds.
For Raw, yeah. I can't even get through Raw the majority of the time. Like, I get through an hour and a half. Maybe I can squeeze out 2, and then I'm like, that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's some nights. Again, I think even on the good, like on the good Raws, there's still a chunk of the Raw that's a little bit just doesn't have much
like a drag. Yeah.
Oh, Khan just rolling around with this man. It's a big dude.
Yeah, a huge dude.
That was one of the things about last night, and me and Nick were laughing about was how like physically imposing Edge seems in this new company, like how big he is compared to everybody.
Right.
Like he's standing eye to eye with the dinosaur Lucha, and we're like, yeah, okay. Like, wait, like I was surprised how much bigger than Kenny he was, like taller he was.
Yes, yeah.
Because Kenny's a tall guy in that group.
I need to see something happen with Edge and Kenny down the line. That has to be a thing that has to happen.
Right. KJ, is New Japan in trouble? They're not re-signing any of their stars. I don't know how much they're in trouble. I've heard some issues with, some of the financial issues and such, but there's such a tradition and heritage there. They've always managed to be okay. I think they really do have to focus on some of their homegrown talent and some of the people they have cultivated. And you are going to lose some stars with two big global companies kind of kicking around.
Yeah. I didn't know that New Japan had some financial issues though, like trouble a little bit.
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny, but the rumor was they were. That's why people thought potentially Tony had tried to buy them because they were having some struggles.
Okay. Now Tony doesn't need a third company. He's struggling with Ring of Honor already. So
Yeah, that was my big fear, that he was going to announce like New Japan is mine, and we're like, oh shit, right? He'll now be on Wednesdays for an hour after Dynamite. Oh fuck. I'll kill you. Edge is 6'5" though, but he doesn't like am I wrong, in the WWE he didn't seem like super big?
Yeah, he didn't look super big next to, like, if you put him against John Cena or Roman Reigns, he just didn't seem big.
Right?
He is big, but he just didn't
Yeah.
seem it. It
Yeah.
didn't come off on TV like that.
But last night he looked very big.
Yeah.
Much bigger. Totally barely needs one company. It would be nice if we could get him to focus on the one company. Yes. I think that became part of his dilemma. Too much, too fast, right? Make Dynamite phenomenal, then
And I really thought when he brought ROH back, he was gonna keep them separate, and like he hasn't. So that's been a struggle too, because it seems like everybody is holding a title, even though they're not. It's two separate companies, but they intertwine a little bit too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does take off that special feel. And I know I've been one of the people that have kind of bellyached quite a bit about, have specific people for Ring of Honor, keep them there, make people tune into that show. Like, again, having Eddie Kingston or Samoa Joe defend those belts on the AEW programming. And we saw it, the last two Ring of Honor pay-per-views to me have struggled because they feel like last minute put together. And again, it's like, well, we see this on Dynamite.
Why do we need to buy this? Yep, exactly.
Yeah. All ego greater than washed Alexander. I like All Ego. I don't want to give him too much shit. I do like All Ego, but he has not been utilized in AEW very much at all. Osprey didn't leave. He's holding one of the IWGP belts. Did somebody say he left?
Yeah, I know I didn't.
I didn't. Maybe it was the chat. I blame the chat always. TK needs WWE on all his fantasies come true. Do you ever just imagine if Tony, like when people were joking about, wait, maybe the Khans by WWE. Could you imagine what that would have looked like?
Oh man. And the gloating Tony Khan would have done. Man.
All right. Night 1, WrestleMania, Young Bucks versus Dark Order. Night 2, Kenny versus Jericho. Oh, fuck. There you go. Being a rapper helps with my wordplay skills. Makes sense. I like it. Both Jay White and Will Ospreay have left in the last few months. Now, Will hasn't officially left. He's still under contract till 2024.
But Jay White is definitely gone. So I guess that's where that other comment came in when he said that Will Ospreay didn't leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think Ospreay is going to. I mean, I think there is a chance they lose Ospreay. I think there's going to be a good amount of money thrown at that guy, and I wish, even if AEW gets him, just to get him consistently on North American TV will be fun.
Yeah. Ooh, Alexander just thrown into the ropes by Khan.
That wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
Chucking the man. And Josh is a big guy. Khan's throwing him like a bag of potatoes.
Right.
Oh, wait, this one's for you.
Is that a Brock Lesnar shirt? It is a Brock Lesnar shirt from the when WWE was doing those monthly shirts, t-shirt. I think it's called the T-shirt Club. I was a part of that.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah. So you can't buy this anywhere. It was a part of that exclusive month.
Oh, this is a tough one. Jeff Jarrett. I know Keyshawn loves poking my Jeff Jarrett button. But Jeff Jarrett greater than the Bucks.
I'm definitely not a Bucks fan.
I don't know. Can we get an equals to instead of a greater than? They're kind of on the same level for me. I don't take them serious.
You definitely can't take Jeff Jarrett serious. And yeah, the Bucks, yeah, they just not for me. I'm gonna just say it like that.
Yeah. No, that's simple. Well, we can talk. We'll talk about that next Wednesday. Well, I'm right with you, and if I don't want to go on a fucking people know. Go watch the archive. I'm not happy.
Yeah, the Bucks just don't do it for me.
No, likewise. I don't take them serious, and to me, they don't seem like they can beat up anybody.
Right.
They both strike me as fuck.
Yeah, I was a little upset that they won the #1 contender match at I think it was Wrestle Dream to become. Yeah, I was like, why? Why do we need to see this again?
Mm-hmm. I hate that I predicted it.
You did say the Young Bucks.
Yeah, because I'm like, and again, I predicted it for the wrong reason of like, yeah, they're who they are in that company. If they want it, they get it, and they wanted it, they got it. Ooh, moonsault missed. Faceplant.
Oof.
What's up, Kev?
What's up, Kevin?
Haseen back in the house. Haven't seen you in a minute, Haseen. Hope you're doing well. AEW is mad predictable. It is and it isn't. It's such a dichotomy. It's so like sometimes you're like, I know exactly what Tony's gonna do, and then other times they go like, I didn't know they were gonna go that direction at all.
Yeah. Now I don't. For me, I don't. And maybe I'm just not good at predictions. I don't feel like AEW is predictable. Now WWE definitely is, but I don't know. For me, I don't see AEW being predictable. Even when I made prediction videos for AEW, I was always wrong.
I feel with certain people and certain characters, I find them a little predictable, but the company as a whole, there's been so much chaos. I don't know how any of it could be that predictable. Like so many crazy moments and weird audibles, and even Moxley gets dropped on his head, loses the belt. I would have never. Oh,
yeah.
Down goes the ref. Ref bump.
Oh, and then Khan has a hold of Alexander on. Ooh. Those chops.
Oh. They had some sting on them.
Okay, this match was better than I thought it was gonna be. Probably because of Josh Alexander. Oh, a cross body to the back of Khan.
That's a crazy spot, and he bounced off him and landed it. Uh-oh, Diener.
Oh.
Wait, who's that?
That was Alex Shelley.
Oh, Shelley, yeah, shouldn't have minded your own business.
Yep. Got clocked in the face for it.
WWE gives everyone a good. Give me a second. I'm trying to see what's about to happen here. Gives a good swerve every now and then. I think they go from being predictable, so when they do something swervy, it's like, holy shit, I can't believe that happened.
Right.
Yeah. I find like the Jerichos of the world, the EVPs of the world, sometimes I'm like, even with Jericho not going with Callis, I was like, he's turning himself babyface, guys. And I was so adamant about it, and he did exactly that. And I'm like, I really didn't want him to do it. I just knew he was going to.
I thought he was about to tap out. I thought Khan was about to tap out.
Oh, he didn't. I thought it was over, dude.
What is this?
Oh, wow.
He was trying to counter the C4 strike. Oh, I think he's going for it again.
Yeah. It's a nice finish.
Wow. That was good.
I like that match. That was a good one.
And I was not expecting that. I'm sorry, Khan. I doubted you.
You know what? I think overall tonight ends up being a pretty kind of surprisingly good Impact.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot of this. Maybe
a lot of the matches had their special moments and had good time given to them. Alex Shelley and Josh Alexander face to face.
Here we go. And we got 2 more episodes before we get Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory, I think so, because Bound for Glory is the 21st of October.
21st, 22nd, one of the two.
Yeah.
21st, is it? Yeah. The Sunday pay-per-view for Impact.
Shell shock. Oh.
Yes! Nice. The helmet pops. I love that.
Oh, man.
Wow, Steve G really happy with tonight. Strong. Yeah, that's why I think it's really surprising when we get a swerve there. But that was a nice way to end this one.
Yeah. Is that an official heel turn for Alex Shelley? I know he
kind of sort of.
Bruna and I were kind of saying he was going towards those heel tendencies a little bit. He was kind of turning. I think this might be the full heel turn.
You know what? I like it. I watched Shelley do a lot of heel work on the indies, and he's a really good heel. He's got a real nice chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. Headed up to Bound for Glory with, like you said, KJ. I think it's 2 more matches. I mean, 2 more episodes. Yeah. Wow. I wasn't expecting that good of an Impact episode tonight.
Yeah, surprisingly, and maybe I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, no, I was all for that one. That was a good show. That was highly entertaining.
Yeah, really good, really good. I would myself give it maybe a 9.
You're giving it
9. Yeah, I was really invested into this.
Yeah, I mean, for Impact, I mean, I can go. I don't know if I go 9. Maybe I'll go a strong 8.
Okay,
not bad. I mean, for what I was expecting tonight.
And me coming in, like I said earlier, not knowing what the card was. Yeah, this really shocked me.
Yeah, like, and I was like, I get a little nervous at times, like when I put the visual together of like, who am I going to put on this one? Like, so it's Khan and Alexander, and then I went with Steel and Killer because there wasn't a whole lot slated that I'm like, yeah, we should put them in there. So
right.
I'm like, if I'm searching for answers, WB gave everyone the biggest swerve at WrestleMania 39 this year. Yeah, and I do find it funny that when the fans do get like something like they thought Cody was going to win, but he didn't, then they just all end up upset.
Yes.
Why didn't you just do what we thought you were going to do?
But when they do what you want them to do, it's predictable.
Yeah, right. Can't win. How do I become the predictions champion? We put the title on the line on every pay-per-view. We're working on making it a little more interactive, but we put it in the chat. We have a little friendly, fun and game with it. So you show up for a pay-per-view and you get a chance to battle the prediction champion and everybody else for the belt. And we stick your name up on screen for, sometimes 1 week, sometimes several weeks. All depends on the pay-per-view schedule. Happy birthday to Pops there, Haseen.
Happy birthday.
WrestleMania 39 was 6 months ago. Okay. Fastlane Saturday on Peacock, and we will be here live for that one. Damien said 9.5.
9.5.
That's a couple. Like, we got a couple like really nice scores on this one. 8.25 knee pads out of 10. Pause on that a little bit. Like ABC's match was definitely different.
Yeah, definitely different and fun. Never seen a revenge match before, a revenge fans match. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
And it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was just kind of
no.
like a gimmicky lumberjacks match.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The helmet popped. It did. That was a great visual. Heel work too. Okay. I like Luna's new beard look tonight. Yeah, no. You will get Luna back next Thursday, folks. Bet I'll be here for Fastlane. You better be. But that's it. 10 out of 10. We'll wind this down. We'll give last call and we'll be
9.5.
back.
Yeah,
But
9.5 out of 10.
yeah, man. 10 out of 10. Lots of high scores on Impact tonight. I like it. Good show overall, Anthony.
Yeah, definitely a good show. Definitely enjoyed it.
Now we have again, we look forward to next week. I think you were listing out some of the matches. Sounds like a pretty stellar card next week as we get closer to Bound for Glory.
Yep. Yeah, so I think next Thursday is going to be good. They're kind of building up Bound for Glory to be a really great pay-per-view, maybe their best pay-per-view of the year, maybe best pay-per-view of the year out of all the companies. You never know.
Right. We'll see. I love it when you get that surprise one, when you just tune in, like, and Impact's guilty of doing it quite a bit, where you're like, I don't really know what we're going to get tonight. And you tune in and they just deliver a banger. The Slammiversaries, the Bound for Glories in particular, they've done really well over the years.
Yeah. Under Siege was great. Yeah, they're very consistent. Yeah, I have to say.
Yeah. Luna is coming back on next Thursday night. Yeah, or the folks are gonna riot. I gotta get out of here.
Yes, Luna will be back Thursday night. We will also be here together on Sunday for Monsters Ball. So
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, folks. Anthony and Luna will take you through some of the monstery memories in spooky season.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Great stream. Thank you, Steve G. It was a fun one.
And it was my first stream with KJ. So this was really good.
Yeah, we had fun. We did well. Yeah. We like talking like old friends. Right. I feel like I should have like flipped my hair a little more, but I did my best. I just the beard. Undisputed Predictions champion. There you go. Get in there. Anthony, bring your hat.
The hat will be here all the time. That's the thing now.
Dig it. I can't wait for Jade on Monday Night Raw. There we go. That's kind of the last one we clicked on. No, it was a fun stream tonight, folks. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, share. If you can share, that's the nicest thing you can do for us. Really give that algorithm a little bit of a rub. But make sure you click out all the links below. Go get yourself a t-shirt. I mean, Anthony, it's been an absolute pleasure to
it has.
Hang out with each other.
Yes, it has. I really enjoyed this.
Nice. Any final thoughts on the evening?
For me, no, I don't have any final thoughts. I think it was a great Impact episode. I think me and you did well. We coexisted tonight. Yeah, I don't think it's one night only. I know it's going to be future streams down the line, but yeah, this was really good.
The storyline has potential, folks. Not one night only. I like it. Happy Dumpy Mania t-shirt. Make a Dumpy. Why did I read happy? You know what? I could probably do a Dumpy Mania t-shirt. I don't know how I would just like what I'd put in there, but I'll think about it. 8.5 beavers out of 10 beavers. There you go. All right, folks, that is it. We're gonna say good night. We're back tomorrow, doubleheader. Me and Big Nick. Saturday, Fastlane. Sunday, Luna and Anthony will be back at it. Go check out all our stuff. I've already said all that. So see you on the flip side, folks. Anthony, check you later.
All right.